Going
dinner,
live.
I get uncomfortable. Yep, this is
Yep.
what we're doing.
Yep. This is happening right now. I am filling in for Sam Glavin. Found out about a minute ago that I'll be doing this. So
They'll get it when we
yeah.
get the. They don't need to know. They'll just sit here and be like, "Oh, who's this? Who's this fellow?"
Oh, hi. I'm
Stay
Seamus G.
tuned. Stay tuned to find out, fuckers. All right, sending this in the fucking chat.
Normally behind the glass.
I'm firing this in the living room. Like, yo, if anyone wants to hop in the stream,
Yeah, for real. Let's see. I guess I'll give myself a retweet. This just feels vain. I've never done this before.
A little vanity retweet.
Little vanity retweet.
Every time I retweet a Wolves episode, I lose a follower. That's not true.
Oh man.
An angel gets its wings.
Ding ding. Should we play the intro? Should we just do the whole bit?
Yeah, yeah, dude.
All right.
Get ready for some Philly sports talk. Sixers, Phillies, Flyers, and the Birds.
He's an ass. Get him the ball. He's going to make plays.
Just shut up and enjoy the greatness.
There's a lot to unpack here.
And it makes you less happy, which is exactly what I want.
Let's do it. 3, 2.
Philly! Hello, everybody. Hello, Philadelphia. Welcome back once again to yet another edition of the Wolves of Broad Street podcast. As always, my name is Ryan Conway, and not joining me here tonight is my dickhead co-host and wartime douchebag, Sam Glavin. And coming out from behind the glass tonight, we have our incomparable producer, co-hosting this evening, Seamus Glavin.
Hello.
Stepping into the mix.
Seamus Glavin. That's Seamus. That's the first time. Episode 99.
First time you've ever been
referred to
by
as
his full
Seamus
name.
Glavin on this podcast.
The first dry run that we deleted immediately because Sam and I were like, what is doing a podcast? I said Seamus Glavin, and then I never did it again. And Bob is in the mix, and that's how you know we've been christened to really get into the meat and potatoes of what's going on in Philly sports right now. I mean, we haven't spoken since the Sixers were eliminated on Thursday night.
Yeah.
We've had some time to decompress. And it's time for an intelligent basketball conversation.
It's time for a real basketball conversation. So,
Seamus G, give me your takeaways from the season. I know you're a hockey guy first, but you have a love for hoops.
I have a love for hoops. I love the long range too. That's my thing,
dude. If Seamus G was like, I mean, you and Jeff Van Gundy have like a similar things that you like in the game of basketball. Hard fouls, classy mid-range isolation twos.
Going up for contested layups.
Just contested. Just like
so contested.
Get out there and make a play. So
I think I'm Tyrese Maxey near the hoop, and I'm just nowhere near it. I'm more like Giannis in Game 7, apparently, where he was missing open layups.
When I watch Tyrese finish like that, I can't help but, especially when he goes up and under, I can't help but think of how you would just over the other side of the
just
rim.
A prayer.
Other times it would go in, I'd be like, well, fuck, I can't really be.
We had a dynamic 2v2 game.
No, it's true.
You were just going from the outside, and I was just Kyle
Penny.
Lowry just in the middle.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Not saying much.
Seamus G, this is my question for you, man. The Sixers, how fucked are we on a scale of 1 to 10 coming out? Because, I mean, we got stopped.
Yeah. So, all right. You think that after that Game 7 that you're like, okay, change is coming. Like the start of the process happened because we couldn't get out of the second round and we needed a star. And we cannot get out of the second round. And now we are apparently bringing back Doc Rivers. That's what the organization is saying. We're bringing back Doc Rivers. I have no other reason to believe that that's not going to happen at this point. Also, what is it? $47.6 million next year for James Harden.
Oh yeah.
I mean, our bench is already in shambles.
Yeah, it's a problematic position to be in.
It's really just not looking good for the Sixers, and Jimmy Butler being the crushing blow. Like, I texted you guys, I was like, please don't let Jimmy Butler be the one to send us home.
And that he's been that dude all playoffs, and he was that dude against us. And it's just like the mistakes the organization has made along the way. It's funny because some teams they catch a bad break, and I guess you could say like Joel's constant like freak injuries you could call that a bad break. Yeah. But like most of what we do with the Sixers, it's totally avoidable. Like it's valuing Ben Simmons over Jimmy Butler. It's like valuing
look at the coaching staff. Like there are 3 assistants that made it to their conference finals before one of our head coaches made it to the conference finals. Dude. You have D'Antoni, which is like he was a prop, which is fine, but he made it to the conference finals. And then you have Monty Williams, and then you have the Boston coach whose name I don't want to massacre.
Ime Udoka, fucking.
So that's 3.
Man,
that's 3. And we had Brett Brown, who we really wanted to hold on to, and now we have Doc Rivers, who we really want to hold on to. That's a horrible, horrible decision making from the front office.
Oh, absolutely. And obviously, Daryl Morey. Is this year 3? He's entering year 3.
He'll be into year 3.
Yeah, he's entering year 3.
Mm-hmm.
At the end,
this is
for
his
next season,
second off season.
Yeah, this is going to be, or I guess his third, because we hired him. He flipped everything on its head in 2020 and got rid of Horford and everybody. And then and then he didn't do much.
He was our savior. Yeah.
And then that was great. He moved off 2 shitty contracts and then signed George Hill.
Awesome.
But yeah, dude, that's the thing is Daryl Morey now is in kind of a shitty situation. We have no assets to package with Tobias if we want to move him. All of our picks are out of the window. Like Tobias Harris is not. I mean, he's good, but he's not. I mean, who's salivating to get Tobias Harris on their basketball team?
He wasn't the problem. Like he's
not the problem.
3-4. I know he's a good 3-4 option when you have Maxey maybe being the second star, maybe James Harden like recovers a little bit, but I don't know if you can run it back with these guys.
No.
Think you can.
I mean, take a look at the roster right now. All right, so we have Joel Embiid coming back. Obviously, we'll say Tyrese Maxey's coming back. Ideally, he doesn't get traded. Danny Green, his career might be over. He's definitely not playing for us this year.
Yeah.
And then what? We have George Niang, can't move, can't play. Get him out. You have Furkan Korkmaz, can't defend, streakiest shooter alive.
Go.
Get him gone.
He's holding up a roster spot.
And then Matisse Thybulle is fine. He's a defensive specialist, but then you go down the rest of the bench.
It's playoffs.
Paul Reed, Charles Bassey. Who else? Isaiah Joe, Jaden Springer. Like we've got guys that are too old and guys that are too young right now. If we could just get some like 29 to 32-year-old bench players,
that'd be great.
With decent playoff experience.
Give me a Caruso. Find me a Caruso.
Marcus Morris, perhaps. Yeah. Get him in the mix. We could get PJ in the mix.
I'd love a PJ Tucker.
Dude, I love a PJ Tucker. I'm gonna find his agent again, and I'm gonna give him a call. Be like,
get Top on the phone.
What's Bracken? Yeah, dude, it's just not a great future outlook for the Sixers, but at the same time, we have Joel Embiid. That is something that we have to be cognizant of because we could be Sacramento Kings fans.
That's true. We could be Indiana Pacers fans.
Honestly, I mean, Tyrese Halliburton's fun though.
Yeah, but
Either way, you're fucked. They're not a top 3 NBA MVP caliber guy.
It's
And
an oddity when they make it out of the first round of the playoffs.
it
Like,
truly is.
no matter what.
So that's kind of where the Sixers are at moving forward. Obviously, I mean, you watch these basketball games, and it's the same thing with watching the playoff hockey games. It's like a different sport half the time. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, the Sixers.
I mean, Jimmy Butler is a different
Dude,
player.
what the fuck?
He's a different player.
22 points in the regular season. He was like James Harden level efficiency scoring this year.
Mhm.
And then he has become this menace, scoring 40, and is it 7 of 11 playoff games?
I don't know the exact stat on that, but it is more
Fucking a lot. It's fucking a lot. He's had so many 40-point games. He has been the man at home, on the road, making it happen for the Heat. And the fact that we let a guy like him get away, it's disappointing. The visor's a move. Thank you. For how much longer do we have? It won't be shocked if he wants to go join Jimmy in the Heat. You know, Embiid, he like just signed an extension, I want to say.
Yeah.
So we've got him until.
We've seen players leave after just signing extension.
Well,
I know it's a little different. A lot of different.
No, I love how that means nothing anymore.
Yeah, NBA contracts are,
dude,
like the
look,
salary cap in football.
I don't want to be like pro owner or anything, or pro organization, but like if you sign a contract, you got to play. You know, you got to play. Like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, if the organization is doing something legitimately fucked up, you know, or trying to put you in harm's way, like perhaps Kawhi felt they were with his leg, which is still fucked.
Mm-hmm.
So I get that stuff, but like, that whole Ben Simmons thing, we all know what that was all about.
Yeah.
So.
And he is messing up the bag for everyone else.
Dude, he's reset the market.
He is resetting the power back to GMs and owners. They're going to use him as an example to enact changes in the next CBA.
And like half the league is represented by Clutch. So what the fuck is any contract with the Clutch client completely irrelevant to anything moving forward? That's a little suspicious. I'm not really looking forward to signing any of those guys to long-term deals. I mean, it's the NBA. You're going to get paid anyway.
You're going to have to make it happen. Yeah. I'm signing Tyrese Maxey to a long-term deal no matter what.
Dude, fucking throw the bag at Tyrese.
Dude, he's going to be a max athlete.
Good Lord.
He is.
Unreal. Oh, you know, in those ads of him in like the Cure Auto Insurance ads where he's in the press conference, that one of the guys that asked him a question is like the Cure Auto Insurance like CEO or whatever.
Oh, really?
He put himself in the ad. He's like Tyree. I think he's like from here or something.
That's really funny.
I think he's involved with the Gambler. I don't remember. I think Bryce mentioned something about that, but I don't know.
We'll have to figure that out.
Well, I'll
maybe we'll get a sponsor.
I feel like it is brought to that. It says it's brought to you by Cure Auto Insurance. So
yes,
he's at least financially tied to the station in some way.
That's fair.
But, hey,
the outlook is pretty bleak. I'm not gonna lie to you, Ryan.
It's hard to be optimistic.
If for some reason James Harden gets healthy, plays this year, and then we re-sign him, like what's the path here, Daryl? What's the path?
This is what Daryl Morey has to do. Okay, he's got to find guys that are just okay at basketball. And then he needs to get James Harden. Look, here's the thing. If James Harden just opts into this $47 million, look, that blows. But you can't be mad. You can't be mad at him. I mean, hey, he signed that contract in Houston. So, like, just to put that in perspective.
Wild thought.
He signed that contract with a completely different team. So, fuck. I mean, it's not like Daryl Morey. I mean, he traded. So it's not like Daryl traded for the contract, but he did. I mean, he did trade for the contract, but he didn't like sign it. But like James Harden, he's never going to see that kind of money again.
No,
I mean, there were talks of him opting out and getting even more money after this season. So the fact that now his smartest move is to opt in, get $47 million, and then take like a $20 million a year deal.
Yeah, run off like a bandit. after this
Mhm.
year, basically.
I mean, and if we can shed Tobias Harris's salary, maybe trade him for a Bradley Beal.
You think?
Maybe
You think
Bradley
that's
Beal.
possible?
And here's the thing. I was talking
That's
to.
going to deplete our bench even more. Like, we're going
I
to have
know.
to trade Paul Reed, or like we're going to have to trade.
Fuck. Dude, here's the thing. We have like 5 backup centers. We can get rid of one of them. I don't give a fuck anymore.
I understand.
After Tony Ferguson, I can't get hurt again. Like,
that's a lie, and you know it.
fuck you. Life is difficult. Okay,
Especially when you're a Sixers fan.
these are the games we play.
Wow. I don't know that beat again.
Yeah, I don't. It's like
I can play it in my head, but I can't.
I can hear it perfectly. If we sing it, we might get copyright struck, right?
Yeah, we're just that perfect pitch.
We're just that in. I mean, we both do great Pusha T impressions.
Yeah.
Obviously. Yeah. Deadbeat motherfucker playing Border Patrol.
Yeah, that's a joke, right?
It's a great album.
It is a great
Now, Seamus, I do want to throw this trade at you. I mean, I obviously don't support this trade already. But
I
don't
might
let that
already
color,
say yes.
don't let that color your thoughts. So
Hit me.
we get Bradley Beal, Kyle Kuzma. They get Tobias Harris.
You're gonna say Maxey, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is why I don't support it. I'm out.
But I mean, if you think about it, the only reason that that's a plausible trade is because Joel Embiid is the only reason we have a chance at a championship.
Yeah.
He's the only reason we have a chance.
Take him off this team. Like, I mean, James Harden, Tyrese Maxey, Tobias Harris, big three.
How many more years left does Joel Embiid have at this? Joel Embiid can bring us a championship level of play.
3.
Maybe 3.
Maybe 3.
Maybe 3. We have maybe one more MVP contention year and then 2 great star player years after that.
You know what? I think he's fucking done playing in the regular season.
Honestly, that's so fair.
I'm fine.
After this year,
don't play.
why would you play
I mean,
82 games, be gassed for the playoffs, only to get maybe injured on a freak accident?
Yeah. It's happened so many times. I'm fucking done with it. Like, it's that we have no need to see him in these meaningless games. I mean, I understand that he was competing for the MVP, but he said it himself. It's time to step back and look for the bigger picture. He had 2 seasons where he easily could have won it, didn't. Should have won Rookie of the Year, even in 31 games. He was the best rookie, and it wasn't even fucking close. Didn't win it. Give it to Malcolm Brogdon. Where's he? He's got his thumb up his ass in Indiana.
He almost traded for him.
What's Malcolm Brogdon's salary look like? Malcolm Brogdon contract.
But
he getting paid 4-year, $85 million. I smell broke. I smell broke. By NBA standards, he's homeless. How much fucking money?
$1 in Indiana goes a long way, right?
A long way.
Long way.
Good Lord.
It's different than a New York City dollar, I'll tell you that.
Good God. His career earnings. What's he made in his entire career so far?
Maybe less than 1 year of Joel Embiid's contract.
He's made $64 million, which Joel Embiid will make in like 2 years. He's already made $60 million in 2 years, and he goes to Margate. Fucking love this guy.
Interesting. I do like
not where I would choose to go down the shore.
No, but like
personally,
I've never had to pay to go to Margate. So
I don't think I've ever been to Margate. I think I went to Brigantine one time, which sounds like a Pokemon city.
It really does. Like a
Brigantine
Birmingham, like
Pallet Town. Cerulean City. All right, we're gonna move into the Pokemon segment.
Yeah. Which Pokemon do you think you're like, Ryan?
I think I'm definitely most. This is what happens when you're at war and the wartime consigliere is nowhere to be found.
I'm a tactician and nothing else.
Oh my God. Seamus, do you have a doghouse perhaps that you'd like to share?
All right. I'm just gonna put Ben Davis in the doghouse because he was on the entire West Coast trip, and there were Phillies games where I was like, man, I'm up, I could watch, but I kind of don't want to listen to Ben Davis. Like, I'm not even joking. The thought crossed my mind.
You don't want Ben Davis to be the last thing you hear before you fall asleep at night.
No.
Okay, that's simply not on the cards for me. Okay, I could listen. You know what? Ruben Amaro Jr. is fully grown on me.
Yeah,
fully. I was like, fuck this guy, but then I was like, hey, he's all right. I just didn't like him because his voice. I'd be Bulbasaur.
Bulbasaur isn't even a Pokemon.
You know what he's trying to say.
I know he's trying to say. But I was thinking War Turtle for me.
I was thinking, well, after I did that, I immediately thought Psyduck. But
interesting.
After I headbutted the fucking microphone.
That's fair.
I became slightly confused.
You know, confused himself in battle.
Oh my God. Dude, yeah, Ben Davis is not particularly good. Not particularly good at all.
I mean, it's really hard not to want to put every single Sixer besides Joel Embiid in the doghouse. But I just think I just can't think about it anymore. Like, it's ruined my night.
It's fucked up. Like, I don't even care. Like, the Sixers are done. Fuck them. I hate them.
That's so fair. And I hate the Flyers. I hate the Sixers. I hate the Phillies because even if the Phillies win tonight, I'm pretty sure they're 500.
Phillies blow. Phillies fucking suck.
So they could either score 0 runs or
they're up 3-0.
Yeah.
Castellanos hit a dinger, maybe.
I think there was a double from Odubel.
Oh, so you know how Castellanos' kid got hit in the noggin with a baseball? Did you see that?
No.
He got hit by a foul ball at the game last night.
Oof.
Like, left the
I
mark.
love that his kid's at like every game.
Dude. Fuck yeah. Like, kid loves ball.
Kid
loves baseball so much he headbutted it. But
I've been known to do that to a die.
Seen it. And I've tried it. It fucking hurts. So he takes one on the noggin, and then I'm talking to Brace today, and he shows me another one like from a day ago, and this woman took a 95 mile an hour line drive to the forehead, got stitches, but guess what? The story goes deeper. In 2018, she got hit while being the Braves sideline reporter. She got hit in the face, fractured like a broken orbital bone, like Joel Embiid or something like that, by a line drive by guess who? Odubel Herrera.
You're kidding me.
Is that not the most fucked up series of events?
That's beautiful in a bad way.
It was so fun chasing that little rabbit hole of people getting hit in the head, and then it just ends with Odubel, and I'm like, all right, break's over. Break's over. And we're back.
How is the Gambler?
It's good, man. Good time. Good time over there. The phones we're not working today. And I had to talk Brace off of like just blowing the entire place up.
Oh man.
He was fucking pissed. He's like,
should be.
The one thing, because dude, you know what I learned?
So crucial. And
maybe this is something that, people knew that I just didn't know because I don't know a lot of things. But every like radio station is not live except for sports.
Yeah, you did mention that. And I was a little surprised, but then I thought about it a little bit and it makes more sense.
Yeah, I mean, I totally get it. Like, iron it out, make it crisp, and it'd be like weird.
Yeah, I mean, the 2 to 4 a.m. crowd, or whatever it is.
I get. Yeah, I mean, like that one I get. But dude, I mean, there's the idea that there's someone sitting there with you.
Yeah,
playing the tunes at 2 o'clock. Turns out they did it at noon the day before, and they're sound asleep. And it's like, I'm up late with you here on.
Yeah, and just lies.
It's a full lie. It's like a full like the entertainment industry is a sham, and I see more of that every day. But
Ryan, who do you have in your doghouse?
Who do I have in my doghouse? I'm putting the PGA Championship in my doghouse. I mean, look, man. here's the thing. They're charging way too much for beer. $18 tall boys at a
You
golf
saw
tournament
this?
are fucking ridiculous. And look, you can tell me it's the same as an NFL game, but guess what? That's a timed event. Like this is an all day long affair. And also the only beer you have is like Michelob Ultra or like the Kona Gold Big Wave Golden Ale, which I think is fine. I think I've had it. I think it's fine. But like they have 2 selections and like you got to pay $20. And I'm just like, and then my bigger issue, honestly, is Brooks Koepka saying, like, you drink 5 of those and you'll be fine. And I was like, yeah. When I spend twice the price of a ticket on 5 watered down beers that are going to get warm because it's going to be 99 degrees.
Yeah.
Seriously, it is. It's going to be high 90s in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So people are going to be walking around with pounders of Michelob Ultra they just spent $20 on. And it's going to be warm by the 3rd sip. It's just a crime. It's a crime.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Take a page out of Augusta National's book.
It's not like you can even protest that. Like
you can. It's too late. Look, the contracts have been signed. What about? Yeah, exactly. That's what one of the other guys, the Irish golfer Shane Lowry, said that is like, to be honest, it wouldn't stop me from drinking one. And I was like,
said the Irish golfer.
Hats off. Dude, how about Crucker making a joke about Ben Davis being Irish?
Oh, really?
You remember that like a couple weeks ago?
I don't remember.
I think I might have sent it to you and Sam, or maybe I just sent it to Sam, but it was
the
like
memory of a bird, though.
He was making a joke about like Ben Davis drinking and then recovering quickly and then drinking, and he's like, oh, but then again, he's Irish. And I was like, Rutgers in pure prime form. But then he complained about not getting a napkin.
Man, that's heartbreaking.
Which is like my whole tagline for him is like he can eat a rack of ribs with no napkins.
Yeah.
Have I been living a lie?
Welcome to the entertainment industry.
I hate my life.
Yeah. So
I just saw what if they got like a little paper towel dispenser under the desk for him to clean his hands off. It's exactly what they got going on down there.
Yeah, it's the premium stuff.
John Middleton spares no expense.
Not for Crucker.
Not for everybody else. I mean, based on the way it's Mike Schmidt, right? That does the Sundays. He does the Sunday broadcast. He sounds like he's there at gunpoint.
Yeah, he really does. He doesn't add too much.
He doesn't enjoy being there.
And they're like, so what'd you think about this when your time was there? And he's like, it happened.
It's funny. Ben Davis likes to talk more about his days of playing than literally one of the greatest remains of all time. Literally a catcher I would have never heard of, even though he's from this area.
Yep.
If he wasn't on television, has more to say about the day he played than, you know what? That's kind of like the Pat Bev moment.
Yeah, let's talk about Pat Bev.
Let's talk about Pat Bev.
Let's talk about Pat Bev a little bit. He needs to adjust the seat. Okay,
yeah, absolutely. I gotta get a little
pro or con Pat Bev.
Dude, I think I'm anti Pat Bev right now.
Honestly, yeah.
Dude, I was pro.
Who does this?
I was pro, but it's Wednesday.
Yeah.
We're still doing this. It's Wednesday. You see what Danny Green said?
Yeah, it was barely audible.
It was still so funny, dude. He's like, man, you're not fucking playing no defense out there.
But yeah, dude, it's such a it's pretty scummy what he's doing, to be honest with you. Pat Bev,
that's like
literally woke up to hate all day. And that's all he did all day was hate on Chris Paul after Chris Paul was at his lowest. Does Chris Paul deserve some hate?
Yes. He failed you've got bitched at home like he always has in the playoffs.
He is 0-5 when starting a series 2-0. That's
what a
crazy.
Fucking loser. What a loser.
That's crazy. Now, all right. Injuries are a thing. They happened.
No,
but
not to them. Not to the Suns.
Well, I'm saying Dario. In the past for Chris Paul.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But if
they had Dario, be a much different story. They had Dario.
Honestly, it might have been. But dude, if I have to watch the Celtics raise the Larry O'Brien Trophy, I'm going to fucking lose it.
Dude, it can't. But here's the thing, though. Have you seen these rumblings of they might have a COVID outbreak?
And they're just not telling anybody.
No, it's
Oh.
it's out. It's out. I mean, like Al Horford had COVID. I think another guy had COVID, and Marcus Smart hurt his ankle. Ime Udoka is not vaccinated,
Okay.
which is why he's so damn handsome. I think. You know?
Probably. Yeah, probably.
I
That would
mean,
track. That would track.
That would track.
Hot boys don't get vaxxed. Sheesh.
Good Lord. But yeah, dude, Pat Bev's, this is weirdo behavior out of Patrick Beverley. Like, I get it. I get you're trying to get a post-career job, so you got to come out and make waves and get engagements. And he did. And I thought it was funny as shit for Monday and then a little bit of Tuesday.
Yeah.
But it's Wednesday and this dialogue is still continuing. And I'm just like, all right, well, you're not playing in the playoffs. He's not playing in the playoffs, but the playoffs are still happening. So why don't you shut up?
Right. Yeah, we like had a whole ass game last night, and they're talking about Chris Paul still.
I cannot give less of a fuck about Chris Paul. Like,
It is
genuinely.
over. Welcome to sports. We move on. Sorry.
Philly's got the win.
Oh, hey, 3-0.
3-0.
Wheeler. 0
Bleacher Report
ERA.
notification.
Yeah, exactly. Over 7 innings pitched. I gotta stop hitting this.
Dude, Blake Snell got bitched.
Yeah, dude. That's brutal. Blake Snell has never been the same.
What a fall from grace that was.
I mean, dude,
When they pulled him, I will never forget. I will never forget when they pulled him.
We were in disbelief.
In the young bunk.
We
no
were
less.
in disbelief. We were looking at each other like, why isn't he out there? Is he hurt? Did he get hurt? Like,
That's
what is
exactly what we
happening?
thought. And they're like, nope. And then you see him in the dugout, pissed off. And I'm like,
What?
and they're like, it's third time through the order. And then they immediately lost. Like,
They immediately lost. Like,
immediately blew it. Oh,
it was actually
That
crazy. And he
sucked.
hasn't been the same since. But he's also been on the Padres who have like had injury history. So maybe he's still good, but
he's out there. He's out there slinging them. Reese Hoskins with another two. He scored 2 runs. He had a hit and an RBI. Very nice.
there you go.
Good for him.
Well, it was a home run.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh, I wasn't
No,
sure.
I was driving.
That's fair.
Home. I guess I must have missed it.
I only know when Reese Hoskins hits home runs because Drew Smith will just.
Oh, I
tweet
did
it.
see that. Fuck.
Yeah. So that's the only way I know. And then I saw the highlight. Good call.
Dude.
Yeah.
Great call. I didn't even realize that was Reese when I watched that
That's
video.
so fair. That's so fair.
I'm like getting home. I'm like fucking throwing stuff away. I'm learning how to use the board finally. I'm getting in the nitty-gritty. So yeah.
It's fun when you start to learn how to use it.
I love learning how to do shit. And then
Yes,
I
it's
can
cool.
do it. And then I'm like, look at me do stuff.
That's the most man shit ever.
Exactly. I'm like, look at me just doing this by myself.
Oh, here's a new saw. Here's how it works. Ooh, let me saw something. Hey, I sawed something.
Oh, nice. Life-changing stuff.
Life-changing stuff.
Dude, here's the thing, man. This is what I'm saying. I got to learn the board. Then we got to get up. We got to get the Wolves up in the studio and just run a live show from there.
Yeah.
At least one time.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll be here for it.
Yeah, dude.
Might have to wait a little bit, but I'm here for it.
We'll get there.
We'll get there.
We'll get there.
Big leagues.
Big leagues.
You know us. Big numbers, big leagues.
Big numbers, big leagues every day of the week. No question. Dude, you know what? We got to get our reels. We got to post them on the TLL shit too, because Vic's reels blow up, and they're not that much better than ours. So,
yeah, that's fair. I wasn't
fuck
able to
those
make
guys.
them this week because, to
That's
be honest, I forgot. So
it's fine.
it was Wednesday. I was like, oh, right.
Last episode was Sixers and 7, so everything on that. I didn't even
That's
post
true.
that.
That's why. That's why.
I post our episode at the bottom of every blog I write. Every
Mhm.
single one I post in the latest episode. Not this week. I
That's
was
fair.
just like, I
Why
still
would
include
you?
a link that says listen to the Wolves of Broad Street, but then I normally put the episode right under it. And then
all that
Nah,
WordPress input.
I just can't have.
That's fair. I mean,
can't
we're
have Sixers and 7. I'm trying to make credible points. Then it just says Sixers and 7.
Yeah.
The week after we got our shit rocked by Jimmy Butler and the Blowfish.
That was really what it was.
We were because wait, he's in that Michelob Ultra commercial. Ah, where they're singing Hootie and the Blowfish. Full circle. There it is.
There you go. There
I
you
fucking
go.
hate everything that has to do with this.
Yeah. Have you started to get into the Phillies yet, or are you just waiting? Because it's fair.
I'm dipping
Dabbling.
my toes. I saw Scott Kingery went 1 for 4 with an RBI. Lehigh Valley AAA. Dude, the Iron Pig store never replied to me.
Yeah. No, they hit you with likes on the messages. I saw. Brutal.
They did.
Yeah, that's it. It's wraps.
That's fine.
Whatever.
I mean, we took like a week to reply.
Yeah, that's yeah. It's also fair.
I think that was one of those where everyone went, someone else will do it.
Yep.
And that's exactly what I thought. And then I was like, man, what the fuck? And I was like, you know what? They probably thought that the other two were going to do it.
That's exactly right.
Which is why then I took it upon myself to be like, well, if someone was going to do it, one of us would have done it. So now I'm just going to ask the question. I'm done pussyfooting around.
I'm putting my foot down.
What the fuck was that? Dude, like the month of May has felt like 3 months in the last 3 weeks. Like it has been fucked.
Dude, the fact that it's only May 18th is crazy.
It's nuts.
It's crazy because I had finals, and then like the 2 weeks before finals, I had all my final assignments before finals. So it's just like it was a blur. It was a blur.
Well,
It was brutal. It was a brutal blur.
We're
But
out on the
only
other
taking
side.
2 classes this summer and then 1 more semester. 1 more.
And then shut the bitch down.
Shut it down. Graduating.
Get along, little
I don't
doggy.
care.
Get along, little doggy.
I don't care if a college degree is only worth what a high school diploma was 20 years ago. I'm not doing any more school.
Fuck it.
I'm
Fuck
done.
school.
I'm done with school.
School is whack. School is whack as fuck.
Yeah, but I'm honestly shocked we haven't heard. He's asleep. He must be asleep. They were darting Hardy.
He could be.
It's senior week for Sam. For
Yeah.
everybody who's wondering why Seamus G's here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I just never explained that.
Yeah,
I just said he
So,
wasn't here.
he
and
wasn't
I called him names
which is fair.
and then moved on.
You know, Wednesdays at 9. That's what we do.
Yep.
But Ryan, we signed someone pretty huge for the Philadelphia Eagles. We signed a cornerback
Holy fuck, that guy.
from the Giants.
That's
His name
hilarious.
escapes me, but I'll look it up now.
It's Bradbury.
Bradbury. That's what it is.
This is probably the best Eagles cornerback tandem since Ronald Darby and Jalen Mills.
That's probably what it is. You're so right.
That is. I love how that might be one of the worst cornerback pairings in NFL history already. Ronald
Yeah.
Darby and Jalen Mills, and we won a Super Bowl with them. Not only did that happen, but we've had far worse cornerback tandems
That's
in the
also
last
true.
like 5 years. From like,
Asante Samuel was our one for God knows how long.
he was
and
good for like a hot second.
He was good for a second. After that, naming quarterbacks like
It's funny. I don't even remember him as being good on the Eagles, and he was, but I don't even remember. I hardly remember. I hardly even
there
think
was
about
like
him.
2 years where he was honestly he reminded me of Diggs at cornerback because
Oh.
he would either get burnt or he would get an interception. He was a ball hawk and a half, but he also had like Brian Dawkins behind him, and shit like that. So
Exactly. So you can kind of make those moves
yeah.
if you're if you've got premium coverage. I mean,
Yeah.
right now this is kind of the opposite.
Yes,
construction
it
for the
is.
defense than we did in 2017 because our corners sucked, but our safeties were our safeties. Rodney McLeod and Malcolm Jenkins, like one of the best safety duos in the NFL that season.
Mhm.
And I mean, they were great, but then we had Ronald Darby and Jalen Mills on the outside. Fortunately, we had Patrick Robertson in the slot. Never forget him. Patrick Roberts.
I did forget him.
He scored the pick 6 against Minnesota.
You're so right.
But
All right.
other than that,
all right,
like
I have a wild revelation to say. Never watched the Minnesota game. I never watched it.
you never watched the Minnesota game?
It was over by the time I was like done at some event at Hamilton, and I just didn't watch it. And like I feel horrible about it, but like it didn't happen, and like it's too late. So like anything that happened in that game, don't know.
Well, there it is. Jesus Christ. They've got a condensed game.
Yeah, I'll watch
Go,
it.
it's worth the watch because it's
Also-
literally Minnesota
also-
scores and then it's the Eagles all the way. So it's just a fun romp.
Yeah, I mean, like I remember people like telling me updates, and I was like, oh, like they did well when I didn't like watch the second half last game or whatever it was. And like,
You
I
got
don't know what it was, but it didn't happen. And I've also never seen Jason Kelsey's Super Bowl speech.
not even a clip.
I've seen a clip and then I click out of it, and for whatever reason,
You just can't do it.
I have always been like, you know what? I'll watch it when they go to the next one.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Doghouse, brought to you by Wide Plank Floor Supply. Visit their website at www.wideplankfloorsupply.com. Get a recommendation for a contractor, get a quote. Wide Plank Floor Supply. If it's wide, they've got it. Ryan, who do you have in the Doghouse this week? Well, that's a really good question, Seamus. It's a really good question, Ryan. I've got to put our producer and currently unillustrious co-host Seamus G in the Doghouse for just completely shitting on Eagles fandom. Oh, that's an excellent choice. I fully agree.
I know, it's horrible. I know, and
Your punishment is clipping that and posting it.
I will.
That's your penance. Your act
Yeah.
of contrition.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal.
I hit you with the double perspective, bro.
Never seen it in my life. I've seen highlights every once in a while when they show up, but I've never just like felt the game from end to end.
Worth it.
Yeah,
Worth it.
it would be, but also like
You don't
I
watch
should've
like a
just-
full game. Like,
yeah. To me, it's like, oh, it will never be the same as like watching.
yeah, but
it
it's still
in-
you feel it.
I guess.
Like I can still go back and watch that Super Bowl and like
Oh, that's fair. But I watched the Super Bowl. I watched the Super Bowl with all Pats fans.
that's gross.
It was terrible. And
And then it was great.
it was excellent.
And then it was incredible.
I wore my Eagles jersey all week.
Oh,
And-
dude, I got back
all
to
week.
Colby. I was unbearable.
Yeah.
I hung my Eagles flag outside of my window. Like people threw shit at it, but like they all missed because like apparently everyone that goes to a D3 school is just James doesn't have feelings. Bob,
Wrong. I have the most feelings.
Bob, how dare you? How dare you? And we're gonna do a little NBA check in here. Take a look.
Yeah?
Here. Let's
Yeah.
take a look.
The
I want to
Mavericks.
just stream the game and hold it. Just hold it up. So illegal. But Warriors are beating the Mavericks by 9.
I mean, I honestly do think it's going to be. It all obviously depends on Luka, but like it's going to be a good series.
Yeah.
Unless Draymond just like goes full Draymond and is like, all right, I'll take a 2-game suspension and just like, you know,
Just fuck. Yeah, dude. I'm thinking Warriors in 6.
You're
Like,
not
and that's
wrong.
and you know how much I love Luka, bro. But it's just like
yeah. I mean, he doesn't have any other firepower. Like, well, who's his number 2? Brunson. Like,
Brunson, who's not a number 2.
yeah,
Spencer Dinwiddie off the bench had 30. Like, that's not ever gonna fucking
yeah.
happen again.
That's like Shake having 20 in last year's.
God damn.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's hey, when you're right, man.
Yeah.
That's kind of the way it goes. Yeah, and the thing too with Golden State is it's just like they're a basketball team, you know, like They know how to play basketball together so well. Their ball movement would make like a CYO coach like cry.
Oh yeah.
Their sharing of the basketball. Oh,
It
the hot rule
truly
is
unbelievable.
fulfilled on every.
That's really funny.
The worst rule in any sport.
Yeah, the hot rule.
Worse than a pitch clock.
How many games do you think the Eastern Conference Final is going to go? I think 7.
It's got to go 7,
It's
right?
got to go 7. Right?
Unless, because here's the thing,
I don't
dude,
think Jimmy Butler will let it go anything past 7, like before 7. I mean,
yeah, I just don't think because the Celtics are really good. They're a well coached team. They've got the depth, not as much depth as Miami. It all depends on when they get Horford back, when they get Marcus Smart back in the mix. Because
does Williams have like a chance at all, or is he back?
he's back, I want to say.
Okay, because didn't he have like a lower leg injury late in the season?
Yeah. So he's been kind of like in and out of the playoffs, but I believe he played last night. But it was just so. It was, dude. Well, here's another thing actually I hate about the Celtics is they have guys with like the same last name. Like there's 2 Williamses, and I don't know enough
right.
about the Celtics. to
Yeah,
know
there's
exactly
like
what
Grant
these fuckers
Williams and then the other one.
and like you see them and they're obviously different guys, but like I'm not sitting there and I'm not like waiting for here comes Grant Williams. Like I'm not.
How many
looking for him.
Celtics games are you watching this year? To
None.
Make that
Fucking
distinction?
0 Celtics games do I watch. I watch more
Exactly.
Nuggets games than Celtics games.
Fair.
Nuggets are fun to watch. Now the season's over.
Yeah,
It's a good little squad out there.
not as fun as the Grizzlies, but
I love how the argument for Jokic for MVP was like, oh, his team's ass. And his teammates are like, damn right. You give him that MVP.
that's crazy, dude.
It's like you guys are like the dick eating so crazy. Dude, I'm gonna Photoshop. By the way, I'm gonna Photoshop. Mark Cuban said about Luka Doncic that he would never, or that if he had to choose between divorcing his wife or keeping Luka on the team, like he'd keep Luka on the team or whatever and divorce his wife.
Yeah.
So, and I said that I was like, I love Luka, and then I was like, what does that sound like? Like it sounds like I love Lucy. So I'm gonna put Mark Cuban's face on Ricky Ricardo, and I'm gonna put Luca's face on Lucille Balls, and it's gonna be a hilarious meme, and it's gonna go viral on the internet.
It's gonna pop.
It's gonna pop, but I have to wait to release it after a Mavs win. It has to be at the right time, and I'm gonna need
after a
Rick to
Luka
retweet it.
40-point game.
I love Luka.
Yeah,
I was initially gonna put my face on it, but that's just like, and I say this in the. Never mind. It's just...
Oh man. We're having fun here.
We are having fun.
We are having fun. We should do this more often.
Yeah.
Fuck that kid. No, I'm joking. That's my homie. That's my blood. That's my boy.
He's a rat fucker. Known rat man.
All right.
So wait, James, I have a question for you.
Yeah, I'm ready.
What's the last movie you saw in the movie theater?
In the movie theater?
In the movie theater.
Batman.
Sick.
Yeah. You?
I have no fucking idea. It was like 3 years ago, probably.
Fair.
I have a feel like it was probably something stupid. Like, I don't know. I don't even know. Maybe it was like a Star Wars movie. I don't know. I watched Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy last night, though. First time ever seeing it. A little gratuitous.
Okay.
A little gratuitous.
I have a recommendation for you and all the listeners out there. If you can handle gore, The Boys on Prime Video.
Oh, dude, that show fucking rocks.
Crazy good.
I've only seen a few episodes, but
I was blown away. I'm on season 2. I just finished school, so I'm just churning through shows right now. I watched Spirited Away for the first time. What a story!
Dude, I watched that movie as a child.
That's a tough one to watch as a child.
Fever dream of an experience for me.
I bet.
I was like, what the fuck? Because it was on like Cartoon Network, and they're like, tonight, Spirited Away. Don't forget, it's on. And I'm like, oh, it's a cartoon. I'm a child. It's like when I watched the Pokemon movies and I like cried because like Mewtwo died or whatever. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Lugia was like on his way out the door.
Yeah, dude, he's on his way out like dog, and I'm like, no, bro.
And then there was like Ash and like Pikachu. Dude, I remember exactly what movie you're talking about.
Dude, it was so sad, and I was like, yo, this is not an episode of Pokemon that's an hour and a half long like I thought it would be. This is a fucking cinema. Absolutely incredible stuff.
All right, I do want to talk about. I have no interest in seeing the new Doctor Strange movie. Like I'm burnt out on.
I have no
Marvel
interest
movies.
in any of those fucking movies. I cannot give less of a fuck about those conveyor belt.
Yeah,
action figure bullshit. And look, they're not bullshit. They're fun. They're cool. They're good
Endgame
movies.
was like the last movie I was like, man, I gotta see this. Every other movie since it's been like, all right, well, I've seen all the other ones. Like, let's check this one out.
It's crazy how like they're making shows about people that like we just saw die. And I'm just like, great. Thanks for establishing these characters. And like I don't even give a fuck about these people. I do not give a fuck.
I'm to the rewatch.
I only watch gritty Batman remakes from now on. Okay, that's the only Superman.
Robert Pattinson,
dude. What a pussy in that movie. What a I am the shadows. Get a haircut and get a job, you fucking hippie.
Dude.
His Batmobile
was like it was funny that Alfred was the evil person in Black Panther because like I couldn't unsee that.
Oh yeah.
But also like Alfred was just like had no way of acting during that movie. I don't know who the actor was, but what do you do? Just like, oh yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Like, I hate you,
Master Wayne. Dude, here's been my problem with the Batman franchise, or at least DC on the DC side of things. Obviously, now we're talking Batman.
We're talking superheroes, yeah.
You're just talking superheroes in general, but in terms of specifically Batman. Justice League, Batman versus Superman, that era, A, those movies suck, but B, they had a young, sexy Alfred. They had like a salt and pepper, silver fox Alfred.
Can't be doing that.
Like, what the fuck is that? Like, he looks like 10, and they had Ben Affleck, fat, divorced, depressed, sad boy, Ben Affleck, who's probably 40. Like, he looks 10 years younger than Alfred. I'm like, I'm supposed to believe this guy fucking raised Bruce Wayne? Absolutely not. I'm not.
What's the chronology here? What's the chronology?
I remember sitting there watching the Justice League with my roommate in college, Ethan. I was just like, I started laughing, and he's like, "What's so funny?" Like in the movie, I was like, "No, nothing in the movie is funny. The movie is hilarious because it's so fucking bad." It's so bad. Every time someone says a serious line, the more serious the line, it's almost like the delivery is even less serious. I'm just like,
there's a disconnect there.
I just can't take any of these people seriously.
I mean, do you have any recommendations? I'm looking for a show now that I'm
a show.
I'm on the end of The Boys.
A show.
Or even like a string of movies.
Prime Video.
I mean, most people have Prime Video. If you have Prime, you have Prime Video.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So in that case, I recommend Bosch. It's a great show.
Bosch.
The product placement in the first couple seasons when they're trying to get it off the ground is a little funny, but
okay.
Like he has like this weird obsession with Fat Tire for the first season.
Like, really?
But he's like an LA detective, former special ops, and he's got like a daughter, and he's like he like sold his movie rights to like his life story and made a movie, and now he's rich, but he does the homicide detective stuff for the love of the game.
Okay.
And to like avenge his mother's death, her unsolved death. And this first season I think the first season is the best season, but it's still a great show.
I can get behind that. I was thinking True Detective, just because I hear so many good things about it.
I feel like,
but like I've also heard that like after, like you said, what reminded me was after the first season, it's just like, steep drop off.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's good. I recommend it. It's like Bosch, like the appliances, like with the CH.
Okay.
And it's
Oh,
got
all right.
this guy was in a movie too, Titus Welliver. Like, it's a fun name. It's the only reason I remember it.
There you go.
I mean, isn't that not a great name?
Yeah, I can get behind that. Titus is just an elite name, regardless.
It's like this
Top 5
old,
names, Philly 5.
like this old crusty white dude, Titus Welliver. I'm like, oh yeah, it's quiet.
That's perfect. Yeah, that's
Yeah, it's
perfect.
tight.
Looks like he's gonna colonize India, but
We're having a good time.
we're having fun.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yes, Alfred. I look at the last 20 minutes have not been about sports at all.
Well, it's the summer.
No, yeah,
Summer's
fuck
here.
it. Like, fuck everything. Like, what are we gonna talk
Summer's
about?
here.
With the
There's so
Flyers?
much more
Like,
time. There's so much more time now that like every sport in the world isn't going on.
exactly. We literally have playoff hockey. We're out of the mix.
Fun to watch.
Dude, I watched that Connor
been great.
McDavid Game 7. Holy fuck. That guy is
Dude.
disgusting.
It's unbelievable. It's so unfortunate that he's just as entertaining as a brick, but
He fucking, like, for the first time
He's
I'd ever
so
seen him
good.
show emotion when he scored that game winner in overtime.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
granted, I'm not an avid.
the only
Connor
emotion I've
McDavid
ever seen
watcher.
him.
It was
Like,
crazy. I was just like, okay, I didn't know you had this in you, buckaroo.
love to see more of that. Dude, I feel
Yeah.
like if the NHL wanted to take the next step, they just need to do media training for everybody.
Like, yeah,
Like,
right?
top down. Like coaches have been better, I would say. Like, I really like that the Calgary coach was like, man, whoever has to play the Avalanche is gonna waste 8 days. Love that.
That's funny as shit.
That's
because
perfect.
it's true.
Yeah, and it's happened.
Dude,
Yeah,
the Avalanche are so fucking good. Cam McCarr.
but yeah, the Battle of Florida, the Battle of Alberta, and then the other two, where it's like the hurricane
Playoff
versus-
choker Claude Giroux.
Hey, I'm calling Danny and Stumps right.
Don't do it. It was a joke.
They're
Oh my God,
still, they're
I just
still
look
going.
outside,
at
there's
Joe Pop.
Stumps already there. It's just like an empty bottle straight in.
And Danny's eyes are just glowing red somehow.
He's hitting the chaperone G pose. And
Come downstairs, Ryan.
good Lord. Good fucking Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I think that'll do it.
I think that'll do it. Thank you everybody for tuning in to this very special episode of the Wolves of Broad Street podcast. Of course, my name is Ryan Conway. You can follow me at Ryan Conway 76. Shame is G, of course, at Shamelessly SG on Twitter, and Wolves of Broad Street podcast.
Yeah,
Fuck yeah! I don't normally
buy
do
a
the
shirt.
outro.
Yeah, buy a shirt.
Buy a
Thanks to
shirt.
Vic and Drew for letting us rant and rave on their podcast network. Follow us on all the socials: TikTok
At Wolves of
Instagram.
Broad ST.
at Wolves of Broad ST, Instagram at Wolves of Broad ST, Twitter at Wolves of Broad
Wolves of Broad
ST, and also just follow our YouTube. Just type the Wolves of Broad Street in the search
It's
bar.
pretty
and we'll be up there.
self-explanatory.
We'll
Yeah.
be right under the one the one video that talks
one-
about Wolves on the Philadelphia Eagles.
Dude, fuck that.
Yeah, dude.
That was fucked up. All right, you know what? Thanks everybody. Shame is G. Close it down.